Hello everyone, I'm back again. I'm here to show you some changes I've made to the second section. I've also made a few changes to the first section, um, and I made some changes to the base material. Just added some reflectivity. I reduced the roughness, or I changed the roughness just so I could bounce the light around some more when I get the lighting in here. But that's all I've really done to that. And let me show you what I've done. Alright. So let's go to the beginning. Alright, so this is the standard stuff you've seen already. Let me get to where I've shown you some changes I've made. So here, I've added a light because it was originally really dark over here, but the player should be able to see, so I added a light so the player could easily navigate the section right here. I also added a light here. Originally it was lit up really bright over here, so this would draw the player over, but they can't go anywhere. So they would have to figure out that they could go over here, whereas now it's just, there's two lights, so if they decide to go this way, they can't go further, so obviously they go check over here, and they can move forward. And then I added a light on top of this pole here, so that way it matches the other one, so maybe that'll be some sort of geometry that's lit up, but that way the player can easily see where they're supposed to go, and they can also see away from that piece where they're supposed to go. So they go in here like normal, get up top, go over here, and activate the door. So they go down just like normal, and then they descend way deep into the cavern, which is actually only about 800 units. So this section I've added a long hallway into. It gives the player this feeling like they're going very far away, but they're not. So here they will be able to see like some of the statue, and they'll go down. They can see this big statue. I'm gonna actually have it somewhat into the wall. They'll come down. This won't actually be lit up at this point. They'll just have no other place they can go. And they'll see this statue over here. I'll put indentions in the floor so they can see that the statue might be able to slide over here. And they can see that there's an area over here. They can't get to it. They can't get through the statue. This area is dark. It'll be blocked off. I don't have it blocked off yet, but it'll be blocked off. So as they look around and they turn, they'll see this. So they can go down. Here I'll be able to put implements for the final section of the intro level where the different lit up statues that are different from those statues that are there that give hints to the final puzzle. So they'll move this way and go up these ramps. They have these like bars. Behind the bars, I'm thinking like a high detailed render on a plane, or maybe a plane that's been modified to give it some depth, but it can show the players something off in the distance, like maybe there's more to this civilization, or just an infinite cavern, or whatever the art team decides. But it just gives a place to tell a story without having to, tell a story. So as they move around this corner, they'll see that they're on the other side of the statue. They'll be able to push the statue, and then when they push it into place, the lights will activate. So when the lights activate, they will get this area lit up over here, and there will be a gateway here that'll move or fall, however I decide to do that. and they can move forward. So they'll move forward, and then I'll get to, this is the section I haven't finished yet, but the idea is the player will come up here, go through this section, and then they'll notice that there's a gateway similar to the one that was down there that opened here and here. And then they can see that in this section up here, there's the same thing. So, back to when I first designed this, the idea was the player gets up here, activates this. Well, let's just do it. There. So, in the original idea, player gets here, activates the pressure pad, the door opens, and they go down this pathway that's been shown to them to get through the door before the door closes. Alright, so the idea is these gateways will prevent the player from going through these open holes when the pressure plate hasn't been activated. So when the pressure plate's activated, this will fall, then this will fall, then this will fall, then this will fall, then this will open up. Or maybe they'll go up, 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 up. Actually, that'd make more sense. But that way the player will want to watch this, and they'll make noise as well. And it'll direct their eye down towards that area, which they should have gotten a clue from it looking exactly like the other door in the first section. So, I'm going to use elevators that I've already built. The player just jumps on them and they activate. I'm going to add some damage to the level like I did in the other areas. The further I get down, the less damage there will be because it's further down into the earth, so there'll be less from above that could have fallen down into it. This section here is a place I can put a clue to the final puzzle. That just gives the player oh, actually. So, when the player leaves this section, I'm going to have them come up and around to here. And here's where the statue's going to be. So the statue is going to be part of the platforming. So the player will jump on the statue and go around it, and it'll be somewhat inside this wall. And then they'll be able to jump onto this. And what these are is I'm thinking like spiral, maybe chandeliers of some sort. But the perimeter of the chandelier is a sloped staircase. So the player will use these, and they'll probably jump onto this part here. So the player can use this to jump over to this one, and then they'll jump up here and fall down in. So immediately they'll see the clue, which doesn't seem important, but you know, I need to show them a few of them before they have to go looking for them. And then this section here will loop around down into here. And then the player can go up this section here, jump on the platform like so, and then go into here, and this will be familiar to them, and complete the puzzle. So, I've also put in this section here. So say the player waits too long and all the gates close and they fall down here. Well, normally you'd want them to be able to get out. So the player can either go out this section or just go out here. If the player gets trapped in either of these areas, well, they'll just have to get back the same way they got to where they were before. So that's what I've got going so far. Next week I hope to finish this section so I can move on to the third section. And that's it. Thanks.